Hey guys, Puggo's Pizzeria here, and in today's video we are doing ranking your custom plushies. Now if you don't know what that is, I made this series a few years ago and I decided I'd bring it back because a bunch of people in my Discord were asking for it. Now what is this series, you may be asking? Well, basically, you guys send me a bunch of photos of your custom plushies for a chance to be featured in the video, and then I talk about the plushies, give them some criticism, tell them what's good, tell them what's bad, and then I rank them. Now how can you participate in this? Well, if you want to join the other episodes in this series, because I will be continuing it, make sure to join my Discord. The links to that are in the description of this video. Let's start ranking these plushies. So the very first one actually has two submissions from the same person, just because I thought these ones were both so good, I would include them both in the video. Now this is a sun custom plush and a blob custom plush. Now I really like these plushies because, well, they are basically fully handmade. The thing with a lot of custom plushies is most people can't really sew or stuff like that, so they just kind of draw and put stuff over the base of a plushie, which isn't bad. It's okay, that's fine, that's what I did. But the plushies end up looking a lot better if you can actually sew and make your own base for them. But these plushies look absolutely phenomenal. First of all, Funko has not made either of these plushies, so there's not too much to compare it off of, so already, I think they're really good. Now, the sundrop plush does look really good in my opinion. The way they added all the details, the stripes on the pants, the drawings on the face, the like sun rays around the head, I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. And we actually do have a sun plush from U2's, and I think this honestly looks better than the U2 sun plush. The way it sits and flops down looks really accurate to the in-game plushie, and I honestly really like it. I do think there's probably a few things you could add to make it more accurate to the actual game, because that looks like what it was going for, to be a game accurate plush, but I'd rank this plush probably an 8 out of 10. I think it's really good, not too much improvement could be made, and I think it's a great plush as it is. And now, the blob plush. Now, the blob plush is already a extremely difficult character to make, with that giant blobby body and how difficult it would be to add all the wires and all the animatronic heads and everything like that. I think they did a absolutely amazing job making this blob plush. Now with that being said, there's definitely a few more things I would change on this one than I would on the sun plush. For example, I would try and make the wires more wiry, if that makes sense. They don't really look too 3D as they were drawn on, and what I did with one of my old custom plushies, Yendo, I put pipe cleaners for every single like wire on his body. Now that might be a lot of work, and that might not be worth it for a blob plush, kind of a hidden character at the end of security breach, so it's not necessary. But if you did add that, I do think this would make the plushie look a lot better. And also, there are, I'm pretty sure, meant to be multiple animatronic heads on the actual blob plush, and from what I can see, there are only 2 animatronic heads. So I would add a few more, like the ones, I know there was Baby, there was an endoskeleton, I think, I know there was the Puppets mask, and there was Chica and Bonnie. So I would add a few more in there, but just because the blob is such a difficult character to make, and I think they did a great job with the Funtime Freddy head, it looks really accurate, I'd probably give this plush a 7 out of 10. It looks really good, and there are a few things to be improved, but at the end of the day, it's a really good plush. Now the next one, going back to kind of the classics, just drawing on Fnaf plush because you can't make your own base, which is a completely fine thing to do. It's just, again, the plushies do end up looking better when you make your own custom base. Now this is meant to be a Nightmare Chica custom plush, which I think honestly looks better than my Nightmare Chica custom plush, because when I made mine, the Jacko Chica plushie was not out yet. I had to use a normal Chica plushie because, again, I couldn't make my own base, and somehow, I'm not sure how they did this, maybe it's the color of the camera or the lighting or something like that, but they somehow changed her from orange to yellow, which is a really difficult thing to do. If you don't know, especially with fabric and markers and stuff like that, it's really hard to make a darker color a lighter color, and I'm really surprised how they changed it to the perfect yellow that Nightmare Chica is. They made her eyes really well, and they made the withering more intense on her. I'm pretty sure they drew over the orange withering, but honestly, the fact that they made the base yellow, I think it looks really great. Now, there are definitely a lot more ways you can improve it, again, by making your own custom base by sewing, but that is really difficult. So I'd probably give this plush probably a 6 out of 10. For being a drawn-on plushie, I think they did basically the best they could do, and it looks really good. But again, there are a few things you could improve by just, making your own custom base. And now, this next plushie, I think, is probably the best custom plushie I've seen in a while. I don't know if I'm biased towards this or something, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. This is a Toy Bonnie plushie, and now we already have a Toy Bonnie plushie from Funko, and everyone knows how god-awful ugly it is. But this customly sewn Toy Bonnie plush looks absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. The way they made it, how they sewed the head, and they still gave him his goofy eyes and his goofy buck teeth, so he still looks silly like Toy Bonnie. And he still has the silliness of the original Funko plush, which I quite enjoyed. I enjoyed him being a goofy little guy, while actually making him look like Toy Bonnie. With the proper head shape, the proper body, the proper ears, how everything is the right color, and it's sewn so nicely. This plush is honestly incredibly amazing. I love how this plushie looks, and I really don't know what you can improve on it. Sure, you could make the stitching a little better, you can make it a little more symmetrical on each side of the head, but I think this Toy Bonnie plush is a amazing custom, and I'd have to give this one a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 custom plushie, and I absolutely love it. Now the next one we have is another Bonnie. He is from Fnaf 2, and he's customly sewn. It is not Toy Bonnie, it is Withered Bonnie. Now this Withered Bonnie custom plush, again, it feels like it's a tie with the Toy Bonnie custom plush. I cannot decide which plushie is better. Again, how they made this plushie looks absolutely incredible. The shiny metallic fabric that they used for the endo on the inside of the head looks great. The way they sewed his sunken in face is absolutely amazing, and honestly really impressive to me, because when I made my Withered Bonnie custom plush using a Bonnie as a base plush, it was extremely difficult to get that sunken in head, and I think they did an amazing job sewing this. The bow tie, the stomach, all the colors on him look absolutely amazing, and again, I cannot find one single flaw with this custom plushie. He looks absolutely amazing, and I have to give this plushie another 10 out of 10. Now, the next custom plush we have is another one from Fnaf 2. If this isn't saying something, Funko needs to make more Fnaf 2 characters, because everyone wants them so bad, they're just making them as their own custom plushies. Now, this plush is a Withered Freddy plush. Now, does it look as good as the past two sewn ones? No. But does it still look really great? Yes, I think so. The way they sewed the body, I think looks really good for this Withered Freddy plush. Now, it's hard to get a base for this, as if you don't want to take apart a normal Golden Freddy, it can be a little difficult, as that's really cost heavy, you know, to get the whole pattern and design of it to sew it yourself. But I think the way they made this looks really good. I really like the wires on him. The withering looks really great. The kind of dead blank eyes, again, I think looks really good. And now, I'm not too sure, but in my opinion, there's something that looks kind of off about it. Maybe the head is too squished in, or maybe this kind of snout is pushed up a little too much, or maybe the body is a little lopsided, but I feel like there's a few things you could possibly change. Now again, this is a very good looking custom plushie, and I honestly just really like it overall. So I'd probably have to give this one probably a 7.5 out of 10. Again, it's a really good plush, and it feels like there's only a few small things that can be improved, but those small improvements I feel like would really help encapsulate it overall. And the very final plushies that we have is a Withered Freddy and a Withered Foxy plush. And now this is completely going back to the basics. If you've never made a custom plush before and you really want to get into making custom plushies, I would recommend starting off with these two characters. They're the most simple characters you can make, and honestly for these, you don't need to make and sew your own entire base, as they're really similar to the base Funko plushies. All you need to do, such as this person did, is change Foxy's ear and give him a little withering, change Freddy's eye, give him a little withering, and they're good to go. Now, I think this person, they did a pretty good job. I think these might be their first customs. Like I was saying, these are always really good starter customs, and I still think they did a great job. Now, you know, there's a few things I would change. You know, I would make the ear on Foxy and the eye on Freddy look more clean, you know, make better cuts, make them more accurate to size, make them, like the eye and stuff, make it more rounded, make the ear more accurate to Foxy's other ear that he already has on him, and I would make the withering more accurate to, you know, all the actual withering that they have in game. But otherwise, I think these are some great custom plushies, and again, there's not too much you can do with Withered Freddy and Withered Foxy, as making them as custom plush, they're already really simple characters, and not too much you can change. But yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did enjoy, and you want to be in the next episode, that'll probably be out in maybe a week or two, we'll have to see. Join the Discord, the links to that in the description, and I will probably leave a pinned comment with the Discord so you can join, and you can be able to, you know, have your custom plushies ranked in a video. Now, again, I don't hate any of these custom plushies, and one thing I want to change from my old series is giving some constructive criticism on them to hopefully improve them. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you all later. Good